Greg answers questions. If you have questions, Greg answers questions for you.
That's better. Hello, everybody. It's, what is it, Saturday, July 31st today, and about 3 weeks ago I told you that I was going to do a Greg Answers Questions video every week. How'd that go? Did I do one every week? So here's the next one, 3 weeks later. I got a bunch of your questions from the last video. If you have any questions that you want to ask me in this video, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, right there. And if all goes well, I'll actually be on replying to some of them for like the first hour that you're putting up comments or questions for this video. But if not, then I'll get to them when I do another one of these videos in another week or 3. By the way, I do read all of your questions and your comments, and man, there's some seriously fucked up questions, and I really appreciate them. Keep them coming. A lot of them just really made me laugh, and or you can ask serious questions. That you can ask anything you like. Let's see. Pink Puppy Ball says, "Do you really read all the comments?" Yes, I just said that I did. Were you not listening? I just said. A bunch of numbers asked, what is the hardest task for you when acting? Like crying on cue. Actually, crying on cue is not so tough. Laughing. Laughing and making it seem really genuine, that's really hard. I have trouble with that. Do not fly inside out says, my question, why YouTube? I don't know. My wife made me? She did. I'm going to try to answer as many of your questions as possible in this time. Yeah, my wife told me to get on back in 2006. She said, you know, that's where I should be putting my stuff. And at that time it was just, it was a bunch of kids like lip syncing to songs and like simple videos like that. And I thought, I don't know if my stuff's right for YouTube, but apparently it worked out just fine, and it is. And now it's turned into a nice business, so it's been a good thing. Absent-minded Prof, which I'm assuming is short for professor, says, who or what inspired the character Yesman Blechen? Can't wait to see his next vid. Actually, he was loosely inspired by an uncle of mine who just, when he talks, just does this sometimes between sentences. And it's just that sound. That sound that I took the character from. So I hope you like that. And you don't have to wait long for the next episode, by the way, because the next Yesman video is coming this Thursday to my main channel. That's the first Thursday in August. And I gotta say, it's gonna be a good one. I'm really excited about this one. The last couple were just really quick, kind of throwaway Yesman videos, but this one we're putting a lot of work into, and I think you're gonna like it. It's funny. Maybe, or maybe not. Europower says, Greg, what are your views on gay marriage? Well, that's a serious question. I'm preparing myself for for the trolls here, because anytime you express your opinions on like politics or religion, or you just people get crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, because what are my views on gay marriage? Here are my opinion. Here's my view. People are people, and which means that all people are equal. And I am a firm believer in equality, and I support equality. I think that women should have the right to vote, and I think that black people should not be slaves. I think that people are people, and who's to say one person shouldn't marry another person? If this were 1967, there would be many states here in the United States where I would not have been able to marry my Asian wife. That was 43 years ago. That's ridiculous. But I wasn't able to do that until 1967, when the Supreme Court passed a ruling that said that, hey, go ahead, marry whoever you like. And I think that years from now, people are going to be looking back on this time and saying the same thing about gay marriage. So it's only a matter of time. And probably the same thing with legalizing marijuana and a bunch of other things that are risky topics nowadays. And I'm a firm supporter of the legalization of marijuana as well. Even though I've never tried it. I've never tried marijuana, but I believe that it is actually much safer than alcohol. And why shouldn't it be legal? Might as well tax it. Legalize it and tax it. Make money off of it for the country, because we need it. Okay, those are my views. Bob and Norman. Oh, Bob and Norman. There you go. Says, hey Greg, where is Waldo? Oh, he's right here.
Holy shit, you're never gonna guess what I found. Look, it's Waldo.
Backwoods223 says, will there be any more chat roulette videos? Yeah, I think it's about time for another one. What do you think? I don't know. I'll ask you guys. I thought for a while that maybe chat roulette was sort of done, and now if you go in there, you're only going to see guys masturbating, which I really don't want to see. But when you go on there, you see a lot of that. But there might be another funny video I could make with Payman. What do you think? Do you want to see another chat roulette video, or have you had enough? Let me know in the comments. You guys get the vote. Whatever you know, whatever gets more votes, yes or no. My account bastards says, how many fingers am I holding up? 1. Oh, but it's up your butt. Giant Target says, how did the hair surgery go? No complications or head lice? You're referring to my hair transplant, which actually went beautifully. I was back in November of last year, and they said that at the 6-month mark I'd have about 50% of the growth, and then by the time that a year had passed, then I'd have 95% of it, you know, so it'd be all completely in there. So I figured that by that I'm probably about 75% the hair follicles have started to grow out and stuff. And I think it looks great. You can see, I mean, I keep my haircut really short over the summer because it's hot. But, well, actually I took some photos. Here's some photos of me at different stages after the surgery. And you can see from there the progress. And then this is what it looks like today. So anyway, oh, and I'm actually going to go back at the end of August because the doctor, Dr. Bauman in Florida, said he said that if I ever wanted to get it touched up in the front, since we took the hairline down further, that, you know, we could do that. So so I'm going to go there and I'm going to just get a touch-up, which will be fun. And if you're wondering, like, hey, Greg, why are you getting a hair transplant? Why are you doing that? Well, it's because I am a professional actor and I do a lot of commercials. I still do commercials, and I talked to my agent and casting people, and they said, you know, that the receding hairline that I had really wasn't doing well for me as far as casting. And so I had the hair transplant, and then just in the past 6 months or so, I've booked another 3 commercials, and you know, that's good. So I'm doing it for my career, which is all a good thing. I'm going to get through a few more questions because there's a bunch of questions here. This is going to be a long video. You don't have to watch all this. You can turn this off anytime you like. I think I just lost like 100, 200 people. Let's see. Dark Dragonger says, since you've posted the Your Old video, I was wondering how long you plan to keep making videos, because I'd actually enjoy it if I still saw videos by you when you're about 70. That's really nice. I don't know. I love YouTube and I love making videos, so I will just keep doing it as long as it's fun. And that's the only answer I can give you. As long as it's fun and I'm enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing it. Because I think that in life you should just do what you enjoy, if you're lucky. And I'm very lucky to enjoy my work. And this is work, but it's also fun. Let's see here. Alien Dave said, what happened to the pizza prank video? Well, Alien Dave, I loved that video, and it had like 1 million views, but let's just say that there were complications with one of the pizza places. And so I agreed to take it offline. But it was fun while it lasted. I don't know, maybe I'll do it again one of these days and make sure to get all the permission that I need to. Lord Ruin said, what happened to the first Batty Bat Bat? Did you take it down? If so, why? Oh, I did take it down. That was actually the first video ever posted on YouTube, was Batty Bat Bat. That's the one that I did with my friend Miles, where he played my retarded brother. And it was funny and offensive, and I used copyrighted music in it. I had I think a Herman's Hermits song in there. So I had to take it down just because I had to replace the song. But I just didn't really want to put it back up because it's, I don't know. I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't want to put it back up. Striking Ninja says, why does he have 2 accounts, Mediocre Films and Mediocre Films 2? Oh, because this video that you're watching right now, this is too long and too uninteresting to put up on my Mediocre Films channel. That's my main channel, where I put up the stuff that I work, frankly, much harder on, much longer on, the stuff I write out scripts for, or put in a whole lot of editing, and then the second channel you get stuff like this. So it's really just for the people who are like gung-ho viewers and just want to see this stuff, want to hang out with me like family and get to know me better. Friends, if you will. And I think you will, because you are now. A Kareem says, would you object to me praying about you and your wife's baby project? That is really sweet. Thanks. We can take all the help we can get. So yes, thank you. That's great. Wolfman992 says, Dear Greg, My cat Whiskers ran away 3 weeks ago, but mysteriously returned a few days afterwards with a live frog in its mouth. After carefully removing the frog from his jaws, we put it into a proper tank. We decided to name the new addition to our family Albert for no specific reason at all. Ever since, Whiskers has stayed inside and Albert has been perfectly healthy. What's your favorite color? Blue. Soa Films says, what's your favorite video game? You know, if I had to pick a favorite, and it's not that it's a great game, it's just that I really love this game, I'd have to go with Smash TV. You guys remember Smash TV from the early 90s? I think it was a Williams game. Total Carnage! I love it! God, it's a great game. I just had so much fun playing that. Gabooks1 says, would you like to poo butterflies? You know, Gabooks1, I can't tell you how often I get this question. This is probably the most common question that I get. And the answer is yes, of course. Who wouldn't? Ked141 says, did you give anyone a haircut at VidCon? So after I put up that last video saying that I'm going to be at VidCon and I'll give anybody a free haircut who wants one, I had one guy come up to me and say, dude, I totally want you to cut my hair. And I said, okay, so meet me tomorrow and I'll cut your hair. And then the next day his friend came up to me and said, yeah, he's not going to let you cut his hair because he was just really drunk last night. He doesn't want to do it. So, yeah, nobody did it. Which means that the people at VidCon were just too smart. Too smart. You know, I think that's the last question. I really just want to do a shout out to Syriac. The Cows and Cows and Cows video is making the rounds right now. That's a pretty great video that you need to see. But my favorite video by Syriac is Cycles. And here's the link right there. And you can also, I also just want to do a quick shout out to Ron Jeremy Beef Jerky, who won the Ron Jeremy Beef Jerky by creating their own channel. And then he created this Thousands Gathered to Support Ron Jeremy Beef Jerky news story video, which is right there, so you can check that one out. And, and the last thing is, if you haven't seen Two Hot Girls in the Shower, that's my wife's show on LKG Productions, there's the latest one, and I'm in it, so you should totally check that out. You should totally check it out, because it's really funny. And you should subscribe to LKG Productions, because that show's awesome. And if you don't know what Two Hot Girls in the Shower is, or if you've seen it and you don't get it, you just need to go and watch like 5 or 6 videos, because they're really short, and then you'll get in the groove of it, and I think that you'll really love it. And then you'll want to watch like all 30 or 40 that they have up there, because they're awesome. Anyway, that's it for now. Sorry this video was so long, and that I didn't run to the store to go buy any pancake mix this time. But I have pancake mix, so I don't need to run to the store to buy more of it. Well, I guess the video's over. I'm going to drink some water. This is my wife's water. It's delicious. If any of you are still watching, just put grape jello in the comments so I'll know that you saw this part. Because, boy, that's commitment.
There it is.